Okay, we can start.
Okay, Salvatore, you can put the presentation on the screen. And the floor is yours.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
You can start.
Okay. I'm Salvatore Capri from the Azienda Metropolitana Trasporti e Sosta Catania, in brief AMTS, which is the public company for urban mobility in Catania. Just a tagline to say that it is the public company owned by the municipality of Catania, and which is in charge of the public transport and the car parking management over the whole city. Just a few slides of presentation. Then I think there will be a questions and answer session if you confirm. So just an overview about Catania, which is a mid-sized town in Italy, which is in a peculiar position because there's an international airport very close to the city. Complex port system with the ports of Catania and Augusta, which is a very large industrial harbor, and a railway junction for the whole island of Sicily. And so it's not a large town, but you can find almost every means of transportation here. We have also a metropolitan line, which is not managed by our company, but which is the only metropolitan line in Sicily. And then many commercial and industrial activities. Population of 300,000 inhabitants and more than 750,000 city users in the metropolitan area. So a large amount of traffic here, and we have to manage it. Just to say a number, we have over than 150,000 daily trips involving the town of Catania. Just to show a picture of the city, I chose the picture which represents the planned BRT network, which is planned by our company and in agreement with the municipality of Catania. And we are realizing it, we are implementing it. We now have just BRT1. We are building BRT5, and then in a couple of years we are going to build the infrastructure and operate the lines for the other BRT lines. BRT is an acronym for Bus Rapid Transit, which means the main bus transport lines for the city. So we are involved also in project management for this kind of activity. You can see the port of Catania in the picture also. And also the airport, even if you can clearly view, but it's near, if you can see my pointer, near this car parking, Fontana Rossa car parking. In green, you can also see some parking areas which are managed by our company. So we are dealing with a new company, even if it is from the historical public transport company in Catania, and because it rises from the fusion of IMT Catania, which has more than 50 years of history, and Tostare, which was the car parking management company. Now it is incorporated. It has been incorporated inside our whole company, and this is true from the 1st of July of this year. And so we have still two main activities. We are operating the urban bus public transport in town, and we are managing on-street car parking and automated car park exchange areas. Exchange is in terms of public transport and individual car mobility. And also we do the maintenance of traffic signals for the municipality. We have also this kind of activity. So again, the BRT network. Some numbers just to give an impression of the company. We have 780 employees, an income of about 44, but which is increasing because of the fusion, 44 million euro. Patrimony of 30 million euro, a fleet of 170 buses, which we use to travel about slightly more than 7 million kilometers, and we manage totally 12,000 car parks among on-street car parking and parking in areas. This is the last slide, just to identify some activities which can be good for application for training. Which refers to three main lines. Markets. We have to set up a new service commercial strategy for city users, and in particular public transport, private mobility, and car parking. And we need to study integration with other transport companies, which is still active, but we need to increase. In management, which is the second line, we need to optimize and empower the internal activity organization, and mainly about operations, service operations, maintenance, which is a great concern within the company, administration, and logistics. The third, which is a new task we have, because we are carrying on many mobility plans. And in fact, we are operating as a sort of mobility agency for the municipality. So we aim to contribute to urban mobility system planning and implementation. So this also can be a field of application for training, a very interesting, in my opinion, field for application for training. So my presentation finishes here. I don't know if there are questions.
We can wait a few seconds for questions, but I think we don't have any questions. No, we don't have any. Oh, Christina?
Yeah, maybe I can just ask if, can you say more about the internship opportunities, if there is also something about the thesis or just the training as you just mentioned? And if yes, some restriction related to the language. Was the in other session a point about we will expect students which are required to speak Italian or other languages could be fine as well?
Okay, starting from the end, yes, we in the company we speak Italian. That's obvious, and we have not so many people fluently speaking English. So this could be a limit and a constraint for doing work here in the company. So yes, we have this kind of constraint, but for special activities, so some kind of research on innovation projects, we can also applicate some students for training or for thesis. We can imagine also to accept only English-speaking people. So in general, it's a constraint, but for special application, it can be overcome.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. We have another presenter here. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. And another one will be Martina. Martina, are you ready? Martina, are you with us? You have muted a microphone.
Hello, yes, I'm here.
Hello.
Very nice to meet you. This is Martina from Legambiente Catania. Yeah, so may I?
You can start the presentation.
Do you know if I can only share my PowerPoint or the whole screen?
Well, you can share PowerPoint directly.
Because it says, okay. I'm trying to.
If you have video, you can share also the sound.
There's no video. I'm just looking for the option to share PowerPoint. Okay. The only option gives me to show my PowerPoint is to get out of the meeting and get in again. So I will join you in 1 second again.
Okay, so we will wait for Martina.
So here I am. Now it should let me share. Okay, here we are. All right, can you see it?
Yes, we can see it. You can do it. Yes, perfect.
Oh, thank you very much. So thank you for having me today. This is Martina from Legambiente Catania, which is an environmental company in Italy. It's one of the main environmental company in Italy. And I'm here for a very quick presentation about the impact of our organization on our on local level. So let me. Sorry, but it doesn't, I don't know why, but it doesn't allow me to put the background I'm supposed to have. So Legambiente is an Italian environmental association that promotes the active citizenship. So basically, we were founded in 1980 on a national level. And we are the largest Italian non-profit environmental organization. We have now more than 1,000 local clubs in different Italian cities and 115,000 volunteers all over Italy. Catania club, so Legambiente Catania, is one of the most active clubs all over Italy. So here we present our mission, our core values, and our approach. Our mission, so as I've already said, it's an environmental association. So our mission is mainly to keep high the attention level on everything that concerns environmental emergencies on the Italian field in particular, but also in European field. So for us, it's very important since the 80s, it's very important to keep the attention on this kind of issues. But nowadays, in 2021, so more than 40 years after we've been founded, it's more important than ever before because the climate change cannot wait anymore. That's why one of our latest campaign, it's called "It's Time," in Italian, "È ora." So it's not time to wait anymore. This is time to start acting and to take concrete action. Our core value is the one of promoting active citizenship. What does active citizenship mean? We believe that every citizen should be part of this change, despite the state welfare or the attention that the state puts forward the environment. Of course, we wish that the attention that the states put on the environment would be more, but we cannot only depend on that. That's why we invite every citizen to take a concrete action and to take part in the life of the community in an active way, and to promote activism in every field, in schools, universities, or among our stakeholders, private firms, everything. So that's why nowadays, more than ever, we're inviting, with another of our latest campaign on Instagram, our volunteers to take action, not only online, which now is something that's very popular, but to start taking action in real life, even before start posting. Our approach is the one of scientific environmentalism. This is one of the features that have been distinguished us from many other companies. What does it mean? Scientific environmentalism is the choice of basing each of our projects on scientific data and on solid basis. That's why we always cooperate with universities and research centers, scholars and scientists to collect data about the environment and about the city, how Italy is working, how urban centers are working, different type of data. And now we will see some in particular to be sure what we are doing, to be sure which are the most urgent things to do in our agenda. So, for example, we always publish dossier or reports bringing all the scientific data we collected on the quality of air in a city, the quality of water, or the traffic rates, and all of this. So urban ecosystem is one of the most important campaigns of the last years. Basically, Legambiente works on a national level, as we said, but it also insists a lot on local action. So each club from each city is both involved to take part in national campaigns and to customize those national campaigns according to the needs of the local club and of the city where it's operating, but also to promote customized campaigns proposed by the volunteers of that single club that aim solving specific problems that regard just the local agenda. So the final report of urban ecosystem is basically a report that Legambiente has been publishing every year for the last few years, and it's a report that helps us seeing how each city is moving toward sustainable development. So despite the fact that Catania is an amazing city, and here I don't want to scare you, really, it's stunning. It's one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. As you can see, we got the beach, we got the volcano, we got a stunning architecture, a lot of ancient ruins, and all the rest. Despite all this, because of a very bad administration system, the lack of environmental training and environmental sensibility, the city is nowadays, and has been for the last decade, very, very dirty. Here you can see trash on the beach. Here you can see dead fishes in a protected area. And here you can see the problems we have with trash in many areas of the city. And okay, this was especially during a strike, but it happens. And this is the giant traffic we have nowadays. Basically, Catania is living a huge crisis. We have 3 cars for every 4 inhabitants, and that's a shocking number. So the ranking of urban ecosystems depends on all of these data, such as the quality of the air, the quality of water, the number of public green, number of trees, the implementation of sustainable mobility, the number of pedestrian areas, and all the rest. As you can see in the urban ecosystem of final ranking of 2020, Catania is one of the last cities. That's quite embarrassing. And among the last positions, we can see all the other Sicilian cities, such as Messina, Siracusa, Palermo. This shows us that the problem belongs to the highland. So we have an amazing place where to live, but we still don't know how to fully respect it. And this is what we are learning to do now, and what Environmental Association can help us doing together with, of course, the state. So how do we take action? We have many different ways of taking action. Campaigns is one of the main ways we do take action. So with the campaigns, Legambiente provides clear information about the state, the health of the state, the health of the environment, and tries constantly to persuade people and companies and institutions to take action in an active way, so to do their own part. Education and training is another main part of the action of Legambiente. So we always keep on doing training in schools of any grade, so elementary schools, kindergartens, so project for kids, or in high schools, or with universities as well. And we also work with university teachers, researchers, PhD, to collect scientific data. So on the base of the expertise of the single person, we try to use that expertise to collect data that could be useful for our campaigns. Then we also have projects, which are all the projects we promote on a local scale, and the most important part is that we always try to involve new stakeholders. So we invite everyone to take part. We invite private companies, firms, schools, everyone. And this is a big difference between our association and a typical NGO dealing with environment. That's why we're not an NGO. We try to communicate a lot with the government and with the official institutions. We always try to challenge them, proposing them to make new changes, to improve the city, and then we keep on tracking which are the progress of the institution or the government. Of course, as most of the other legal associations, we also take a legal action. So we have many legal fights going on a national and local level. We always try to report and to complain against environmental crimes, or how we call them in Italy, eco-mafias, such as illegal waste traffic, or illegal disposal of waste, or animal exploitation, or illegal building. So other than this, we have many other projects. There are really too many, so I tried just to put a few. I had some pictures in my laptop, so I tried to present the most interesting. So Clean Cities is a project we've been starting a couple of years ago, and we're trying to promote sustainable transports in the city. So as I said, Catania has 3 cars for every 4 inhabitants. So there is a lot of traffic, and the situation right now is sick. Also, we have all the space for riding bikes or promote. We have buses, we have the subway, we have everything we need to become more sustainable. So this is the city center. During our campaign, we asked the mayor to close this street to traffic for 2 days in a row, and this is the result. The street is completely different, and the amazing building result. And this is a rendering of the same street. An architect worked with us, prepared to show how the city would be. The time is almost over, so I will quickly show you other 2 projects. This is Puliamo il Mondo, so let's clean up the world. We do a lot of initiatives with this project. Here we were doing a beach cleanup with Erasmus students in Catania and with university students. And we've been collecting in 4 hours more than 200 kilos of waste. And we always do cleanups also of natural areas. We go on the volcano Etna, which is full of woods, and we clean the woods as well. It's full of areas to clean. We also do plugging, which is basically jogging by collecting waste and trash in the city center. And this is the last project I wanted to present, which is 100 alberi per Catania. That means 100 trees for Catania. In the end, we've been planting more than 100 trees, way more. We are about 800 now, I think. But this is the first crowdfunding we've done a couple of years ago to start planting trees for the city. So of course, the city always plants trees with its own budget. But we've also been collecting a new budget for planting other trees, and we've been planting them in every different kind of situation, with university students in the most abandoned neighborhoods, and this is the result. This is a street full of trees planted by us. So okay, and then we have Goletta Verde, which is a national project where we analyze the quality of water of sea and lakes, and we go around with our sailing boat. So if anyone of you would ever be interested in doing an internship with us or in preparing a thesis or dissertation, basically we don't have strict requirements, because we have a lot of volunteers, and we always find a way to deal with any type of situation. Of course, it would be very useful to have B2 or maybe even C1 knowledge of Italian language, because a part of our volunteers do not speak English. but even just knowing English very well and maybe another European language could be useful. We could find out a way of making this working out. Then the fields we could be most interested in for students doing an internship or working on a dissertation are the one that I showed in this slide. Why there are these ones? Because we have already been collaborating with these faculties from Catania University for reports, dossier, or researchers in general. So we already know we have volunteers that are part of these faculties, or we have already a network with teachers from these faculties. So that's what we propose. But of course, if you don't meet the requirements of our call, but you would still like to do an internship with us or to work on your dissertation with us, don't worry, just contact us. We will publish our email on the portal of UNIS, and we will find a solution considering what's the language you speak and what's your faculty. Thank you a lot for the attention.
Thank you very much, Martina. We have one question on the chat. I will read it.
Yeah.
If I wanted to volunteer for L'Ambiente, how I have to schedule my time for activities, it depends entirely on on their purchase to be followed at specific time.
Okay, basically, so the people who work with us are mostly volunteers. So we have activities all week long, but we try to schedule them during the evening or lunchtime so that everyone is able to join, even though it works, or during weekends. So you will never be obliged, unless you're not doing an internship. If you're here just for the thesis, you will never be obliged to follow all of our activities. But even if you're here for an internship, we will see what is your field of study, what you're most interested in, and we will try and make you working only on that kind of project. So you won't be obliged to take part in everything, probably.
Thank you very much. Is any question? More questions? No, I don't see any question. Okay, so thank you, Martina, for your presentation.
Thank you a lot. Sorry for the connection problems. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Thank you all for coming. It was the last presentation for this session. Thank you for the technical insurance, and thank you for the support, and have a nice day, everyone.